Hey guys, it's me Lexi. Welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, welcome to my channel. My name is Lexi. I am a full-time reseller on Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, and anywhere you can sell clothing or home decor online. And today we are going to be primarily talking about eBay. So I've been selling on eBay on and off for a while, but then I took a break because I was just not seeing any progress in my sales. I was listing, wasn't getting any return at all, no sales, not even watchers on my items, and I was super confused, so I kind of just stopped. But this last month and a half, I've been really putting all of my effort into eBay, and that is going to be what this video is about, my first month on eBay, and kind of share with you guys my experience coming back into eBay and kind of explaining to you guys the importance of that first month on eBay. So, if you didn't know, eBay has an algorithm. What a shock. Everything has an algorithm, but eBay's algorithm is so important that first 30 days that you are on the app. And I say that because when you're a new seller and you don't have any feedback and you don't have a lot of experience or you're a newer account, eBay's not gonna know that you're a serious seller, so they're not gonna favor you in that algorithm. So that means less people will see your items, potentially, and you might not make any sales. So unlike Poshmark, where you can share your items constantly to get more sales, on eBay, you list it and you forget about it. And so you can't really push your items to get sales. So that first 30 days when you're a newer account, you might not have any experience on eBay, no feedback, eBay's not gonna know that you're a serious seller. So my dear friend Denali, you guys might know her as El Ducho, she walked me through the first 30 days as a seller on eBay, and I learned so much, and I'm going to share that information with you guys today. So the first and most important thing with selling on eBay is list daily. And the way that she explained this to me was, don't list one item one day and 7 the next, and then 20 the next, and then back down to like 2 items a day. List the same amount of items every single day. First, eBay will find this as positive activity, so they will favor this. They'll see that you're listing daily and that you're serious about it. And then she always said list the same number of items. I don't know exactly why, I mean, it should be the same number, but that consistency, I think, is what eBay sees and they notice, and they reward that with showing your items to more buyers. So for me personally, my first 30 days, and now I'm into month number 2, I have been listing 10 items a day. So I have like 600 active listings on Poshmark. So every day I take 10 of those and I put them on eBay. And then if there's a day that I know that I won't be able to sit down and list items, I have drafts set up in eBay to where, okay, I'm out and about this day, I'm running errands, I have a family event, I don't feel good. I can just list the already drafted items so that I never miss a day. And so I've not missed a day yet. And I think that's what's been helping me get sales for the most part, because I am having that daily activity on eBay. And then I think another important thing too is promoting your items. And I know there's like a lot of controversy on this right now in the eBay world. Rally Roots did a video on this, and they're kind of keeping a lot of people up to date with the whole, do you promote, do you not promote, does it actually help? But for me personally, ever since I started promoting all of my items, I promote it at the rate that it says. So the average rate, I just do that. It's usually like $2.50, $3 per item. And a lot of my sales do come from promoted listings. So you can go into the eBay Seller Hub, and in there it'll show you what items, like your sold items, which ones came from promoted listings, which one came from, you accepting an offer, which one came from, people accepting your offer, etc. So a lot of mine do come from the promoted listings, and I think that's awesome. And another cool thing that eBay does is if your item doesn't sell through the promoted listing, you're not charged the promoted listing charge. So let's say you pay $2.50 to have this sweater promoted on eBay, and it doesn't sell via promoted listing. Someone just finds it and buys it. You're not charged that $2.50. So I think that's really cool that they don't charge you for the time that it was promoted, only if it sells. So I think that's really cool, and it's important to promote because with all the items being listed on eBay, the promoted ones are the ones that are showed in the top of the search results. So you want yours showed on the top because it's not like Poshmark where the shared items go to the top. No, the promoted ones are on top. So I feel like that helped with my listings or with my sales a lot. And then another tip for me, at least that I have found works for me, everyone does it different, but I offer free shipping. And the reason that I started doing this is because shipping on eBay is different than Poshmark. You don't just get a label prepaid and then you stick it on your envelope and send it off. With eBay, you make a sale and then you have to go in and you have to select the weight of the item and then purchase a label with what kind of mail service you want to use. So USPS first class, USPS priority mail, express. You have to go in and then pick which service you want to use. So for me, since I offer free shipping, if I promote an item as going first class, but it's just over 16 ounces and I have to send it priority mail, I can do that, and odds are the buyer is not going to freak out and say, oh my gosh, I paid for first class and it got shipped priority mail, or vice versa. If you click priority mail and it actually fits under first class, they're not gonna worry because you paid for shipping, so it's not their problem to worry about. In their head, they're not gonna be like, oh my gosh, I paid for this and I got this. They didn't pay for it, you did. So you have that kind of extra space to make a mistake. And I say a mistake, for me, I listed a lot of stuff as priority mail when I first started just because that's what I'm used to with Poshmark, and I didn't know the difference in, a little t-shirt can be sent first class and it's only $2.50 to $3 and you don't have to pay the full like $9 whatever priority mail. So I actually had a person reach out to me after they purchased something from me and they said, hey, just ship this first class, don't worry about priority mail. And I think that was awesome because that made me realize, I have these other options for shipping and it doesn't have to just be priority mail. So with that free shipping, I get to choose, and if I need to switch what I chose on my listing, I can do that without feeling bad that the buyer paid for something that they didn't get and they got, let's say, first class instead of priority. That's probably the biggest change that I would see is, oh no, it went first class, I paid for priority. They might see it as a downgrade because it's cheaper. So yes, I do free shipping. Some people just offer flat shipping. So like all shirts are, $5.99 shipping or $3.99 or pants are $7.99 or whatever. You can kind of mess around with it and see what works for you, but that's what I do personally. And when I say free shipping, I actually, instead of listing the item at $20, $4.99 shipping, I'll just list it at $25 free shipping. So I'm not losing anything with that. So it's technically free shipping, but they're just unknowingly paying for shipping, if that makes any sense. So I feel like that's a big thing that's helped with my sales too, is just offering free shipping. And I always have the, buyers can send offers button on, and I don't have any restrictions in that. So you can click, I'll take offers above $35. For me, I'll take offers above $0 because the more offers you accept, the more eBay will push your items. And I say that because they'll see you as a seller that wants to sell. And that's kind of with Poshmark too. I've noticed if I accept more offers on Poshmark and don't decline an offer, more offers come my way. So there's a little bit of a little algorithm thing within that too. It's really confusing to understand. But if they see that you're willing to sell your items, they're gonna push you more because they wanna make their percent too. So I accept offers, and if the offer, let's say I sold a calculator the other day, I received an offer for $45 and I countered $50 and I left a little message in there saying, hey, I countered with the best that I can do because I offer free shipping. So in the end, I was able to get that $5 back that I can then put towards the shipping of that calculator. And they weren't turned off by that either, but I just was like, hey, this is, a free shipping item and this is what I can do and how I can meet you in the middle with your offer, because I had it listed at $65. And then like I said, eBay likes sellers who want to sell. And what does that necessarily mean? Well, if you're accepting offers and making sales, eBay will push you more because, like I said, they want to get their cut and they want to, profit off of you as well. So one of the things with offers, a lot of people on Poshmark think this goes for Poshmark too, but it's really, really important on eBay is don't decline offers. For me personally, I won't decline an offer on Poshmark, eBay, Mercari. I always counter. And I feel like this has, given me that little bit of a boost within these platforms for the platform to see that, I am willing to be negotiable and I am willing to sell these items. So with eBay, this is something that they find super, super, super important. So, if you get an offer for $15 on a $30 shirt, that might seem like a lowball to you and you might get turned off, but odds are you are flexible on that price. So just counter with your lowest. Send them the offer with a message that says, hey, I've countered with my lowest. Thank you for your potential business, whatever. Make them feel a little bit more welcomed with that offer rather than just sending them a cold hard offer and no little message, explaining kind of why, or being nice about countering to that. Because I've kind of played around with both this last 2 months, especially my first 30 days. I'm like, do I accept an offer? Do I counter? Do I leave a message? So the ones that I didn't leave messages on, most of the time they didn't accept that offer. But when I did send a little message saying, hey, I've countered with my lowest, thank you for your interest in this item, a lot of the time they accepted my offer. And I don't know if that's because of my message or not, but that's kind of how it seems to me, is that message is what pushes people to actually accept that counter offer. And another thing I see people really confused about on eBay is the eBay fees. So with Poshmark, they instantly take that 20% away from you. So that when you get your money, that's the money that you get, that's yours, end of story. With eBay, they don't take their fees right away. So the PayPal fees are taken right away when the money goes into PayPal. They take their cut. But with eBay, you have a monthly invoice and that's where you pay your fees. So a lot of people think that eBay fees are higher because they see that $150 eBay fee and it just blows their mind. They're like, oh my gosh, what? Why do I owe you this? But if you actually went in and calculated the money that Poshmark takes from you, it's kind of like, this, I don't know the exact amount that eBay takes off the top of my head. I don't remember, but you pay fees with Poshmark. You just don't see it as a total, as a bunch. With eBay, you kind of get that as a bunch, and you can go in and make, one-time payment. So once a week, I'll go in and make a payment of that week instead of at the end of the month. So I'm not, just given a $250 bill at the end of the month, depending on what I sold. I just pay it weekly. So, it's less of a, punch in the throat kind of thing. But just remember that wherever you sell, they're going to take your fees, unless it's Facebook Marketplace or something like that. But if you're selling online, they're gonna take a piece of your fees because you're using their platform. So just remember that it's no different than Poshmark. Poshmark just takes theirs right away. eBay, you kind of have to pay that like it's a bill. But don't let that turn you off. It's something to get used to. It's different, but as long as you're on top of it, you'll have no problem. Another thing with eBay is you maximize your titles. And I say that because on Poshmark, your titles can be, vintage white chunky knit sweater, and that's it. On eBay, I would write this as vintage white or vintage size medium white chunky knit sweater, long sleeve, cotton, blend, I'd throw all these other things in there because eBay doesn't care if it looks like a sentence. It doesn't need to be cute. It doesn't need to be all Instagram, caption perfect. It just needs to have everything in it. So the size, so put the brand. So this is a horrible example because it's just, I don't know the brand, but let's say we're selling pretend this is Free People. So Free People size medium, white vintage style chunky knit sweater or something of the sort. Or if the Free People specific name for it, so let's pretend that they call this, the white oversized knit. I don't know. Free People size medium, white oversized knit, cotton blend, warm. So throw all those things in there, but make sure size is towards the beginning after the brand. And I say this because think about when you're searching things on Google. Do you look up, the size when you're searching for something specific? Odds are you do. Free People size medium, white chunky knit sweater. It's search engine optimization. So you want to optimize your titles to show up in search engine searches. So when you go into Google and you search up, for this sweater, you'll see my listing. And that way it'll be one of the things that show up. It'll be exactly what you need. You'll potentially buy it. So a lot of eBay buyers do come from Google instead of just in the app. So it's so important to have your titles full, use all 80 characters, and just beef it up with the information that you have from the item. And it'll definitely help you sell your items, especially if they're more, if they're items that there's more of them out there. You want yours to stick out and you want yours to show up in more searches than those. So you have to include everything you can and all the important details of that item to make it show up in those searches, so people will end up buying yours and not someone else's. Not that it's a competition, but you want to make your sales. So those are my thoughts on my first 30 days on eBay. I love it. It's so nice being able to just list and forget about it. I don't have to worry about sharing. I don't have to worry about, taking time out of my day to be super active. I just get to list it, forget about it, and I always make sales. So the first 30 days, you're not guaranteed a bunch of sales, but after that, I promise you they will come. That's what I'm learning. I was so discouraged after a week seeing like very little return, but now I'm seeing it and I'm only like 45 days in. So if you're thinking about listing on eBay, just do it. Like, you have absolutely nothing to lose. It takes like 30 seconds to, cross list your items with, one of the new programs that are out there. So just try it and see what you can do. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Like I said, I'm not an expert on this yet. I've only been doing it for like 45 days, but I can do what I can to help you in your situations. Yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll try to be back with more reselling content. If you have any questions, like I said, you can reach out to me or you can leave them in the comment section below and I will answer your questions there. Or if you want to send them to me on Instagram, I'm at Lexi_thrifts. You can, send me a direct message and I will help you out there. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.